Alright, coach, here is today's soccer practice. We're going to keep the warm-up the same, pretty much because I'm not going to be down there. But I am going to change a little bit is the conditioning. So here's what we're going to set up. I want cones set up in a 40 yards all the way across, with 10 yards between each set of cones. So we're going to start here, and then we're gonna run the drill in this direction. Now I have the key over here. Okay, each line has its own specific meaning, to hopefully make it a little bit easier to understand. So to begin the conditioning, all we're gonna do is the player is gonna run up 10 yards, then he's gonna backpedal the 10 yards, and then he's gonna sprint the whole length of the 40 yards. Once he reaches the 40 yards, he's going to take that opportunity and then he's going to just jog it back. Okay. On the next still, he's going to do exactly the same thing, except now what he's going to do is he's going to run up to the 20. Okay, backpedal back to the beginning, sprint to the very end, and then jog it back. And then once he comes back, he's going to do the same thing again, except now he's going to run to the 30, backpedal back to the beginning, and then sprint all the way, jog it back, and then finally he's going to run up to the 30, to the 40. He's going to backpedal all the way back, and then he's going to sprint to the end, jogging it back. Okay. It doesn't have to necessarily be, so the way I want to set it up is to make sure that everybody's kind of doing something, is I want to have 4 cones set up so that we have 4 guys running at the same time, and we have more of the players participating all at once, so we can make sure we condition everybody and there's not people kind of just waiting in line. After the first round, where everybody goes all the way up to the end, backpedals back and goes and jogs around, we're going to go ahead and give them a 2-minute water break, let them catch their breath, and then we're going to do it again. So it's going to be 2 sets of this drill just to condition up. I just figured since we don't have a game tomorrow, we can kind of run them a little bit today and get them warmed up. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and move on to the technical aspect here. Okay, coach, here's the first tactical drill that we're going to work on today. Basically, it's just Y passing the way we do it every day, except we're going to add a finishing aspect to it. I'm going to go ahead and do the drill, the ball movement first, and then I'll go ahead and show you with lines and arrows which way the player is going to move, and which way we want to emphasize that they finish. Now, I want to point out too that when we're doing this drill, it's going to be the same way we do it. The player's going to have to follow his pass, and then I'll show you which one is going to do the through ball for the finish. Okay, coach, here's going to be the basic movement of the ball. It's going to start with the back player, pass up to the center, pass back, pass out, pass back to center, and then the center sends the through ball for this player to go after it and finish on goal. On the other side, it's going to be the same thing. It's going to be pass up, pass back, pass out, pass in, send through ball for this player to go and finish on goal. Okay, that's the outside pass. The inside pass is going to be the same. It's going to be pass up, pass down, pass out, pass in, through ball here for this player to go finish. And it's going to be the same thing on this side. Pass up, pass down, pass out, pass in, through ball for this player to go finish. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and give you the arrows to show you where the movement of the players is going to go. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start player movement after the through ball. So the through ball is going to send this player to finish. Okay, when that happens, this player will move into this position, okay, and this player will follow his pass into this position, causing the rotation. That's for the outside pass. On the inside pass, it's going to be the same thing. This guy's going to go for the through ball. This guy is going to move into his position, and this guy is going to follow his pass into that position, and that's how the rotation happens from one side to the left. Now, I want to focus that it's going to be alternating. Once the first set of Y passes is going to go to the outside, second set of Y passes is going to go to the inside. Based on the rotation, everybody should have a chance to send a through ball. Everybody should have a chance to have a finish, and we should be able to rotate with 2 groups the entire guys, at least 3 or 4 sets. If we can go more, that'd be awesome. I'm thinking about maybe 20 minutes for this drill to kind of just get everybody not only running, but also working on that finesse and working on that drill. Now, let's take a look at the goal. I'm going to clean this up a little bit, and we're going to take a look at the goal. Okay, there we go. So in order for this drill to be pretty good, I would like to have that net set up. You know, the one that only has the corner spaces open. Obviously, with the net there, we're not going to need a goalie. So this is more just on finesse finishing and shooting. So here's the idea. Okay, if the player is coming in from the outside of the white pass, he's coming in this direction here. Let's see. Okay, the idea is we want them attacking the goal directly. So the emphasis on this finish here is going to be a couple things. One, we want to make sure that if he is going to go, if he is coming in from the outside, then what's going to happen is he's going to actually draw the goalie in this direction. Let's see if I can turn it around here. There we go. He's going to draw the goalie in this direction, which means he's going to cut off the short side of the goal. The short side of the goal is what I'm talking about over here. So we want to emphasize that this guy, that this outside player is finishing to this corner here. Okay? That's what we want. We want to make sure that if he's going to draw the goalie towards him, that he's finishing to the far post to make sure he tries to take advantage of all that empty space. It doesn't make sense for us to keep trying to finish to the short side where we have statistically a less chance of scoring a goal. The same thing happens on the other side. If he's coming in on the outside, we want to make sure that he's going for this goal over here, for this corner over here, instead of trying to go for the short side. All right. So that's what we're looking for. The emphasis and the coaching point for the outside players from the wide pass is that they're taking advantage of all the space that the goalie is should be giving them. If he's drawing the goalie off his line, we want to make sure that we're shooting for the far post behind the goalie and not the short side where he has the advantage. So that's first coaching point. All right. Now, for the players coming in through the inside of the wide pass, they're going to be coming in kind of right around this area here, either here or here, because they're coming in through the middle. They kind of have an equal opportunity on both sides, so this guy can finish here, or this guy or here, just like this other guy here can finish on the right, can finish in either direction. It just depends on what advantage the goalie gives them. But for this purposes, as we don't have a goalie, they can pick which one they finish, which side they finish if they're on the inside Y, so long as they're shooting for these spaces. If you want to shoot for these spaces, that's fine too. I'm okay with that. But lower corners is the focus of the drill. And the reason I want the net is because if they send it into the goal, that's a victory. That's a I got a goal. So I want to make sure that we have the net. That way they can emphasize a lot better on finishing and placing the ball where we want them to place. So on the inside wide pass, they have the option. They can go here or they can go here. All right. Coach, for this drill, we will have 3 coaching points that we want to emphasize on. Number 1 is we want to emphasize that the player receiving from the outside of the Y is receiving with his outer leg and the inner foot to change the direction of the ball for a more direct attack on goal. For the player coming in from the inside of the Y, depending on where the ball is at, it should be able to go and control ball with the inside leg with the outer foot to change the direction of the ball for a more direct shot. And we want to make sure that our players are finishing to the long side goal from their position to increase the goal probability, meaning like if the goalie is coming towards them, we want to make sure we're shooting to the far post, not the near post, in the short side of the goal to have a better chance of scoring a goal. That's it for this drill. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next one. This one's pretty easy, coach. It's a technical 1-2 with finish. This is the one that we were doing the other day that I told you I really, really liked. Basically, all I'm doing here is taking it to the next evolution. So just like the drill that you had drawn up the other day, this player right here is gonna run up, okay, pass the ball to the midfielder. The midfielder, in this case Marco, is gonna do a quick 1-2, send it back into space. This guy's going to run up, receive the ball here. But as soon as that second pass goes up from Marco, what I want this guy pushing up to the edge of the 6-yard box. I want this guy rushing in to the edge of the post here at the edge of the 6-yard box. And then I want Marco to get past this defender and go here at the edge of the 18-yard box at the free kick spot, right beneath the key, to give those three options. Now, the evolution for this one is going to be pretty simple. We are going to have a live goalie going here, and what that's going to do is that's going to make this guy make a choice. Okay, so this guy here's got the ball. Now if the goalie comes out this way, then he has a choice. He can either pass here, he can pass to Alan, or he can go over and pass it to Pancho, right? If the goalie doesn't come out enough and he has a shot, he can take the shot there and do a quick finish. All right. If they get to the point where they beat the goalie and they have the shot, I want them to take a shot. But the idea here with the pressure is that these guys need to be able to make that decision, right? They need to be able, it's not a robotic movement. Okay. So the goalie has to be there in order for them to make that choice. Obviously, for this drill, we can do it on both sides. I'm thinking about 10 or 15 minutes on each side. And then if you want to go ahead and up the scale a little bit, then what we could do is we can actually turn these guys into real defenders right here. And that'll give us another aspect of the game that we can push through. My recommendation is that we go ahead and do that to kind of give them the real sense of what it's going to be like in a game. So you know what? Yeah, I say let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna go ahead and we'll do it on both sides, one on each side, and then we're gonna replace those flags or those cones with real defenders so they can see what it'd be like in a real game situation. All right, coach, that's it for this drill. I'm thinking if we do 15 minutes for each side, 10 or 15 minutes, or either 20-30 minutes, and then we do the same thing again with real defenders for about a 10 or 15 minutes on each side, and then we can go on to the next drill. All right, coach, after finishing up that drill, I would like to work on defending, shooting and defending free kicks. But when we do the free kicks, I wanna go ahead and put the half goal up. Have Marco and Pirlo work on those while we have our defenders in the box defending the kicks. I want to emphasize that we use the half goal just because they keep sending the ball over. So I want to force them to bring it down. We don't need to have a goalie. I mean, a goalie is fine if you want one. But the idea is I want the shooters to bring the ball down, and I want the defenders to jump up and defend the ball. All right, and then after all that, if Dutch is up for it, I'd like to scrimmage the JV since we don't have practice tomorrow. Kind of end practice on a fun note. Have a little scrimmage with the younger guys and see if any of the stuff that we did today is applied, basically. All right, so this is pretty much the practice that I want to run today, coach. Let me know if you have any ideas to make it better. If you want to make some adjustments, I'm open to suggestion. But I think this is something that addresses a lot of the things that we weren't doing in our last game, particularly running up and pushing into the area in the first half. So, all right, coach, go ahead and I'll see you today at practice.